Hello, my name is Angel Deanda, and this is our Student Veteran Project for Professor Strona's English 100 class. This presentation is brought to you by Abraham Lopez and Samantha Choco. Here we have Henry Molina, who is currently a student veteran here at MiraCosta. With Henry's help, he helped my team and I point out that it is important for veterans to seek help from friends because their lives could potentially be impacted by them in a positive way and lead them to a better structure of living. As like many other high school students, one of the biggest problems many of them face is not having a plan after high school, which leaves those students confused and not aware of what kind of a path they want to take. Our interviewee Henry explained to us how he was one of those high school students that was just stuck after graduating and not aware of what he wanted to do next in his life. Until one day, one of his friends had asked him to enlist in the Navy so that he can have something to do to pass up the time until Henry figured out what he wanted to do with his life. In the upcoming clip, Henry describes the moment he was first introduced to the first step of joining the Navy with the help of a friend.
Simply put. So then I have a buddy, his name is Ricky Tawabala. And, I was doing nothing. I was just in class. And then he's like, hey, man, I'm joining the Navy. You want to come with to the recruiter's office? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, skip this class, let's go. So we went to the recruiter's office and I sat down, took a test, and then they said they'll call me back a week later. I signed up at MEPS, which is like a processing center, and that was it. It was that simple. He just brought me there, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, I don't really have a plan, so here's 5 years of like extending my time, one, and also
Not a lot of people get to have someone help them and guide them after high school, either due to loss of communication or being isolated from everyone else. I'm sure that we have all experienced being lost at some point in our lives, not knowing what to do, seeking for help on what to do next in our lives because the answers do not just drop right in front of us. We have to seek for those answers either by ourselves or by the help of others. Luckily, Henry had a friend that ultimately changed his life for the better because someone had noticed that Henry did not have a plan and needed a bit of a push to get him started and thinking about what he wanted to do next in his life. In the upcoming video, we have Simon Sinek, someone who helps people for a living. He helps us understand the role of the helping person and why they might like helping others.
What do you enjoy most about what you do?
There is something magical about being able to give people something that impacts their lives. It's more powerful than throwing a few coins in the cup of someone homeless. It's when you go and build a house for somebody who doesn't have a home. It's that kind of thing. It's being in service to someone.
Some of us may have witnessed people go through many different kinds of obstacles friends, family, strangers, and at some point they overcome and achieve the problems they are faced with. Although not all of us need to do such things so independently, sometimes some people may need some help from one or more people to help them go through whatever they are going through. At some point, Henry hit an obstacle in his life after being deployed home, and luckily for him, he got help from a friend when he came home trying to get used to the civilian life.
I didn't have any time to plan. So I didn't have a plan when I got out. That's the biggest like problem is not having a plan,
Yeah.
for sure. It's not having a plan. And so I got out of the military and I slept on my buddy's couch for like 2 weeks while I was looking for a job. Thankfully, all I had basically like was a suit, a few pairs of clothes, and a resume. Maybe a laptop in my hand. That's all I had. So I went to my buddy's house, slept on his couch for like 2 weeks, looking for jobs, applying, and then I got an email. Shaved my face, got a haircut, put my suit on, and went to the job interview, and I got the job.
That's good. In the interview, Henry says, I did not have a plan when I got out. That is the biggest problem, is not having a plan. With that being said, without the help of his friend, Henry could have been homeless or in a financial burden, looking for a job and a place to live when he went home. My team and I had interviewed a veteran that had gone through a life changing experience. Studies show that many veterans from their transition out of the military turns out to be a problem for them because of their transition out being unplanned decisions or just not wanting to do any more service. Due to this, Many veterans end up homeless or in need of help, although with the help of a friend, Henry had been able to come back without a plan, but have help from a friend help him get situated and adapt to living the civilian life once again.